The single biggest decision a board ever makes is appointing a CEO. The Chief Executive Officer can make or break the company or the organization. What we've seen historically is a lot of fireside chat and very casual processes for CEO succession. As a result, we've seen a number of failures. We've seen a very high level of failure of CEO performance and in fact CEO turnover. CEO succession needs to be quite different these days. It needs to be the most conscientious and rigorous process any board undertakes. It's the accountability of the board, it's not the accountability of the outgoing CEO. It's not an accidental occurrence. And in fact, what we find is CEO succession needs to take between 18 months and 3 years in most organizations for successful outcome. As a result, therefore, it's something that should always be on the board's agenda. So there needs to be at the front end a very careful thought process to make sure that we customize the process. Then there are some key steps. There is constantly a way to stay in touch with the market. And this is something that a Jared Daniels can do where they have the expertise to map the market. And you want to map the market at regular intervals because while you may have some sense of when your CEO might be succeeded, the CEO may actually no longer be there for personal reasons. So the board needs to constantly have a sense of the market. I'd recommend to any board that they market map their CEO role at least annually. So CEO succession does not stop when the ink is dry. This is one of the great myths in CEO succession. And in fact, CEO succession needs to continue through the period before the CEO starts as CEO, whether they're internal or external, as well as about 12 to 18 months afterwards. CEO onboarding is a long process. The historical model has been CEO induction, and that's normally been meet a couple of people in the first week and then lead them to run. Sink or swim is a very poor strategy for CEO succession. What we want is CEO onboarding. And if you think about it in the metaphor, we want them on board, not under the water. And that really means that the CEO needs to be supported in terms of how they define strategy. What's the boundaries with the board? And this is one of the critical value adds of CEO succession. Board effectiveness requires a clearly delineated boundary between the CEO's role and the board's role. An error that's made a lot with boards, and in fact CEO succession helps solve that.